Alright, guys, we're back. So I came back and sat in my chair, and I hear Mira on the windowsill making her little trills. And then I look over, and she's just got her head like poking out past the curtain, and because of the sunlight, she just looks like the most fucking creepy little goblin just peering out at me. I am surprised I have like 800 quotes on this stream. Oh, sick, we can get something new from her.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts?
The goddess Grieger teaches us that to walk with the wretched is an act of greater good. If we are to accept this truth, then one could not rightly call he who follows this path an outlaw. I mean, if anybody followed what Grieger teaches, the world would not be in the state if that's what she teaches.
All yours. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Hi, Got. What do you got for me?
Goat. Still alive, I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Ah, about that. I tried my best, but she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone where the sun don't shine.
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did.
Oh look, we have to talk to Karen as well. We ended up having to talk to all three of them. Because, like an MMO, NPCs can't be trusted to do a fucking thing. Which isn't true. There's lots of things, like Otto dealt with half of Blackthorne's supplies, and Arya dealt with the research and whatnot, but Goat's fucking useless. Let me get it back out of my ass, exactly.
Lady Karen, Goat tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you lot me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the Hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. And our circumstances have changed. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not.
Do I care to explain why I hate MMOs? I don't hate MMOs.
Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
Hello. Wait. Up, up.
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I've seen that before.
Yeah, yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy sod couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
died. 20 summers, give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship, which is where I met him. He bought passage to, oh, forget where. And having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that, on account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who summoned the constable, wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him, forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth.
Well, that's a sweet story.
He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. I love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
There's like 800 and some odd quotes.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Yeah, sorry, I paused because the people were still talking. There's about 800 and some odd quotes, and people have actually pulled the same quote twice in a row, which was crazy. But I've actually seen the same quote get pulled 3 times in a row. According to Otto, Sid has never washed his goblet, despite using it every day for both wine and small beer. I won't have it said that I'm a poor host. Sid.
Mick told me she was building a ship.
Alright, we gotta go talk to Karen because I gotta replenish my potions. But then we gotta go find Igniac in Dalamil.
Well, don't just stand there gawping. If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it.
Small beer as opposed to medium or large.
Better all
Yeah.
beer, yeah.
Look at that, guys. We can
It's
carry
rubbing me
4
blind, you
potions
know.
now. 3 strength
Can't find a
tonics,
better price than that.
3 stone skin tonics.
Finished, are you?
Alright. Go to Dalamil and we'll get started on our side quest for we got about 18 minutes left to stream, so we can get started on this. So today we didn't get a lot done overall, just main story wise, but we did get through
notice a
Mid's
wealthy man.
chores, which is good.
Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
It's gone. The whole Mother Christmas.
Make sure he's upstairs.
My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat.
Yeah, he's always just a sack of shit. Don't worry about that.
He's been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Karen? Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power to grant.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf mean that I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalamal is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Valcroy.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon your triumphant return.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell, and best of luck.
So, yeah, that man's just a sack of shit normally, huh? Alright. Anyway, what's the best way to go to get out of here? I think we gotta go north. I think, yeah, it's up there. There we go. It'd be funny to return without his stuff and then still demand the audience. Yeah, we should just be an outlaw. Just kill anybody who doesn't give us what we want. Let's avoid this extra step where we have to actually go out and fight these people. Alright, so if you guys have been watching and paying attention, you might recognize the area we're going to. We went out here briefly to find a Vestitocalcin, a type of adamantoise that spawned over there. Those scorpions are probably gonna spawn when I touch this. Nope. But they will when I go over, not this raid, but the next one. Oh, they're already spawned. They're not even under the desert right now. Okay. Usually these guys are hiding in the sand. You've not been watching or paying attention. That's sad. Those things look like they could impale us, probably. What I've noticed about this universe is having armor seems like more like a suggestion than anything, because people cut through it and pierce through it like it's not there. Like a knife through butter. As Matt would say.
We've got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
Hey, look, those guys are dead. This guy's called the Innkeeper. Is weak, then yeah, you got a dodge tank. Yeah, but every NPC in this game cuts through other characters' armor like it's not even there, so it's like, I feel like armor is just not all that worthwhile in this world. bitch didn't stand a chance. She's broken again. Broken and then like smacked away with a wind burst to the face. Pajama tank, if you will. Yeah. There you go.
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right. Let's get it back to Delamil.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What should I call you, my good man?
Well, Filthy Oath is super rude, so.
Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable name indeed. Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right, speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword.
That's disturbing.
It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours. And that is the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself, and a far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past time we prepared ourselves to depart.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard at my heels.
And there are many other collectors out there.
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis. Lord Byron Rosfield. And is a perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
Why are you yelling at him? He's standing right beside you.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Okay.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorne makes of this whetstone, shall we?
I want to point out that that was the same room that Joshua stayed in when we were here at the start for the story, which tells me that they just didn't want to model another room, so they just made him in that room.
Sorry for the wait, but hopefully you'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about that sword, then?
I did better than that.
Hey. Sundered Whetstone. A slab of rock quarried on the southern continent. Its unparalleled hardness makes it perfect for sharpening blades forged from all manner of metals, from bronze to adamantite.
A whetstone. Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the curse breakers an edge?
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade that rattled me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valisthean steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy, nah. I'll make something much better.
I'm sure the curse breakers will be delighted. Just don't push yourself too hard.
Don't you worry about me, sunshine. I've been working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still be here when you're long gone. Hey, thanks, Clive. I mean it. I owe you one, August too. It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
You'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it.
Thick.
You come and find me when you've got the materials.
All right. I will.
We may already have the materials, guys. We may. Assuming we have the ability to make a new weapon at this point. Which I don't actually think we do. Excalibur Design Draft. A diagram detailing the steps to forge a sword to rival that of a legendary king. Okay. Well, I don't think we have what we need to make Excalibur yet. I'm pretty sure it requires stuff that we just don't have. But maybe. He can make something, you know. Look, do we have... Oh, never mind. We can make Excalibur. We needed the Grimmelkin hide, the bomb ember, and Scarletite. So, alright. It's not that much better than what we have. Only 18 attack power, but... Though modern-day plays such as The Adventures of Sir Crandall have taken to embellishing the tale considerably, historians do agree that long ago the nations of Valisthea were, for a short time, united under a single king and his band of loyal knights. Whether or not he was indeed crowned upon drawing a sword from a stone is a matter of still up for debate. Well, here we go. We got Excalibur.
Last you a good while. That it.
And this is what Excalibur looks like. Honestly, not the most impressive of blades, but not bad. It's cool enough, I think. Okay, I think we're just gonna go over here, read this, and then head over here, and that'll be it for today. As I have to go to the gym still.
Joking.
Mini cat, what are you doing over there? About the other day. I'll have you know I ain't never shed a tear in front of no one, not even my mother's, and you won't soon catch me doing the like again, so if it please your lordship, we can both forget about the whole damn thing. The Cid I chose to follow all them years ago is gone, and there ain't no dragging him back from the depths of whatever hell he's talked his way into. But his legacy, that lives on, in you, and everyone else here at the Hideaway. Sure as the sky is blue, at least I think it's still blue, as long as it is, I'll be right here where you can count on me, Otto. Cool. Alright, now let's go check out the Patron's Whisper, and then we are done for today. I'm fairly certain we can afford one new thing from her.
It told me she was building a ship.
Looks like she had nothing new. Did we already get it? I thought it was 750 we had to get to.
I wasn't expecting you back.
Oh, 715. Okay, yeah, we already got it. 850 is the one we gotta get to next.
Come again.
Although I can't
Come
forget, but I need to equip the High Cleric's Medallion. Increases potency of potions and of high potions by 25%. So that's cool. All right, we're gonna learn this. There we go. And then next we're gonna learn this lunge. What does this do? Increases lunge distance. Okay, we're gonna learn that, and then we're gonna learn Ramu Judgment Bolt mastered, so I can equip it to some other stat, which is what I'm planning to do. Okay, so ladies and gents, that's gonna be it for today. Now I know today wasn't too great overall in terms of like high octane battles and whatnot, but we got a lot of world building done, a lot of cool stuff seen, so I think we did pretty good. Plus we completed our first S rank hunt, so that's cool.